reception. I am Linda Gordon. Karen Ray and I co-chaired the Outstanding Colleague Selection Committee. I get to take all the glory, Karen did all of the work. I'm very proud to be able to be a part of this ceremony. The awards have taken place since 1984. We have honored 40 of our colleagues. Would the outstanding colleagues from the past please rise? The Outstanding Colleague Selection Committee was composed of 13 individuals throughout the college. Would the selection committee members please rise? And we are honored to have Board of Trustee member Bill Millington with us today. We have many family members and guests of the honorees here today. We thank you for coming and we're very pleased to see you. At this time, I would like to introduce Barbara Adams, Superintendent President of Long Beach City College, who will give the opening remarks.
This is a wonderful occasion, and I believe it's a wonderful tradition also for Long Beach City College. This is your 11th annual Outstanding Colleague Recognition, and it's an important milestone in the life of a college because there is perhaps no greater honor one can receive than that which is bestowed by one's colleagues. And today we join together to celebrate the dedication and the service of 5 outstanding individuals who represent the best among us. At the heart of a college, there are faculty, staff, and administrators who on a daily basis serve and support our students. And this is the unity that really binds us together, what draws us to work each day. Summed up very simply, students and caring colleagues. Each of you being honored today stand for, among other values, the belief that all students, both accomplished and not yet accomplished, can achieve in a setting of caring and concern. You stand for excellence in making what is good better. And you stand for commitment to your students, to your colleagues, to do whatever it takes, time, energy, leadership, to go the extra mile to make something happen that will enrich and benefit all of us. All of what you do is important. In fact, it is essential. I've had the privilege of working with all of these individuals, and I've seen firsthand the impact they have on students, be it in the GAIN program, the Women's Center, the outcomes of their efforts in award-winning television productions, programs devoted to student success, grants, and an outstanding commercial music program and facility in which students are introduced to radio, television, and music. You all set a standard to which we can all aspire. For although your contributions have taken many forms, they retain one thing in common. They are personal expressions of who you are and how you care as professionals and as colleagues. We congratulate you not only for a job well done, we thank you for your unique contributions, Jan, Jim, Lisa, Priscilla, and Mark. And we thank you for the contributions you've made in our lives and the lives of our students. In closing, I'd like to thank the Long Beach City College Renewal Group, co-chaired by August Lugo, Rose Littlejohn, and Karen Couts, and the Outstanding Colleague Committee, co-chaired by Karen Ray and Linda Gordon. And I'd also like to thank the individuals who took the time to nominate today's honorees. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to introduce the people who will be presenting the outstanding colleagues in the order in which they will make their presentation. John Philpa for Steve Clayton, Ginny Baxter for Jan Foster, Joy Burris for Jim Martoy, George Shaw for Priscilla Ramada, and Will Sloniger for Lisa Tsunomoto. John, would you like to begin?
What a great day. This really is an important day for these individuals. I have the pleasure today of introducing someone who has worked with the legends, rich and famous individuals like Lyle Hampton, Cal Calloway, Dizzy Gillespie, Al Hayward, Steve Clayton, LBCC alumni, adjunct professor and media producer extraordinaire, for 16 years has been involved in a very visible program, one which has brought a great deal of recognition to the college and the media staff. Being part of a visible program kind of brings with it some pluses and minuses. You're well known because your work is beamed into thousands of homes on a daily basis, and everyone celebrates your successes. However, everyone is also a critic, and the pressure is always on to continue to produce quality. Steve is up to those pressures. His ability to be creative, make quick decisions, and be a problem solver has allowed his area to continue celebrating his successes. Let me share with you some of the reasons and some of the acclaim that has followed. Steve's creative productions include over 100 instructional programs for the classroom, 13 mini Grand Prix productions, a total of 35 one-half-hour city programs over 2 different seasons, 7 and still counting alumni and Hall of Fame productions, 21 Long Beach City College concerts, over 30 Long Beach City College promotional commercials, over 75 different sporting events, 15 promos, 10 dance, theater, art productions, over 50 academic challenge goals. It goes on and on and on. I'm not going to list them all. But personally, I've had the opportunity to work very closely with Steve and the media staff on a number of these productions, including the football and basketball games, participating as a panelist on one of his first city programs on single parenting, and as a guest on another one of his city programs. I also worked with him and Gail Stewart on the Alumni's Scrapbook Show, the production of many of the mini Grand Prix, as well as several others. And what personally continues to impress me is the professionalism and the friendliness with which the participants are always treated each time they come in contact with Steve. And that feeling of friendliness and professionalism directly transfers to the finished product when it airs. That feeling definitely comes through. Steve's flair is a part of every production. The brochure that was handed out to you earlier lists some of the acclaim received by Steve, but I have to say it was modest. Let me be just a little more specific. 26 Long Beach Cable Awards. Those are called the LBs, those are local award program. 13 Lakewood Cable Awards, the Woodies. 3 Community College Association in Instruction and Technical Awards, that's a national award. 2 Paragon Awards for Marketing, that's a national award. 2 Admissions and Marketing Awards, that's a national award. 1 Community College Public Relations Organizational Award, a statewide award. And you've heard of the ACE programs, which is national for all cable television programming. He's received 2 ACE nominations nationally. And one of the things that I personally respect about Steve is his commitment to the community. He is a member of the National Cable Academy and currently serves as commissioner and vice chair of the Long Beach Cable Advisory Commission. The other thing I respect about Steve is his commitment to his family. I know how proud Steve is of his family, and I'm sure he will introduce Laura and his daughter Lauren and the rest of his family when he steps up here. But by definition, Outstanding colleagues are not just recognized because they work hard and do their jobs well. They are recognized because they go beyond the expectations of their job. They possess qualities which endear them to others, while at the same time contribute to the collegiate environment. Very simply put, they bring pride and recognition to Long Beach City College. And given the definition, let me bring up the guy who fits it so well. I want to congratulate Steve on this very well-deserved award. Steve Clayton.
Thank you, John. I've stood up before and received awards, but I've never had somebody say these things about me. Not much more to say. Just that receiving this award means a lot to me. Like I said, I've been really fortunate to be able to receive awards for video productions outside the college, but to receive one from within the college really means a lot. And so for that, I'm really grateful. I want to really thank Mary Thoyce there she is, for nominating me. She's about the sweetest lady on this campus. I got the honor to do a couple shows with Mary at the Senior Center, and it's a great, great place, and it serves a great purpose, and I just think it's outstanding. I want to, as John was pointed out, he said that I work in an area that's kind of a high-profile area, and I'm always out front, but there's a lot of people in our department that help make everything happen. And without them, everything I do wouldn't be possible. So really, the Media Services Department is to be thanked and honored here. Not just me, I just happen to be the one out in front. Well, I just want to jump right to this. I got to give real special thanks to Jeff Williams, who I worked really close with for 15 years. And together with his help, we've been able to do a lot for the college, and a lot of my success is attributed to Jeff, so I really thank you for that. The only other thing I want to say is that I'm really honored, and God has blessed me with the position that I can work with almost every department at this college. And so I've gotten to know so many of you so well, and I love my job. I love getting to know so many people and seeing how people touch students' lives and the community's lives. And I'm just really blessed to be working here and working in the position I'm in. So I'm really grateful for this award. I'm grateful for what I'm doing here. Just thank you so much for indulging me. Thank you.
Good morning. I am honored and pleased to have been asked to speak about one of my favorite people on campus, Jan Foster. I first met Jan at the Pacific Coast campus probably 1972. Jan was a student at the Women's Center and I was teaching a History of American Women class. I want to point out she never took the class. She never could have fitted it in her schedule. But of course I never held that against her. Jan went on to graduate from Long Beach City College on to Cal State Long Beach, where she received both a bachelor's and master's degree, and came back as the director of the Women's Center. She is truly a role model of the reentry women, having successfully been a wife and mother, raising four children. I asked how many grandchildren, I forgot to ask how many children. 4 children and a grandmother of 10 grandchildren, which she's very proud. And she's been able to combine both career and marriage and family very, very well. Jan has received national recognition for the Women's Center, and this is due to her dedication. She is constantly concerned about students. She never hesitates to spend time with students. When you go to the Women's Center, she always has time for you no matter what, and I know that she's barraged with requests to speak, with meetings and things like that, but she always gives individual attention to everybody that she wants to help. One thing that I admire about Jan is she's constantly working on getting scholarship money. And she'll call me on the phone and she'll say, oh, I'm so excited, I just got, and she recently received $5,000 from Executive Women International, and she was so excited about that. And of course, that makes me happy too. She participates actively on campus. She's on the self-study committee. She's seen at every function and really cares about everybody, both at the liberal arts campus and at the Pacific Coast campus. Jan and I worked very closely together on the 25th anniversary of the Women's Center, and Jan had the idea of bringing Betty for Dan to campus, and she had been there just 20 years before. And working on that effort and the time that she spent to make sure it was a wonderful celebration. This room was packed with people, there were probably 700 people here, and put on a luncheon, and just it was a beautiful day and a real commendation to Long Beach City College. And I think that's what I admire so much about Jan. She wants the college to look good, and she works beyond the just average day to make sure that our college does look good. She also understands that in order to have a successful women's center, you have to be active in the community. And Jan has been president of the Women's Council of the Long Beach Chamber of Commerce. She was glad to be chair of Cameo, a group that Jan and I are in, the Professional Auxiliary of Assistance League of Long Beach. And I have to say that we kind of engineered that their project would be mentoring reentry students. How about that? We came up with that idea. And so every year Jan picks some students for us to interview, and she's very conscientious that the students that are going to represent this organization are good students, and we'll be very proud of them and help them. And the women in Cameo just love dealing with the Women's Center, and they feel so good about that, and that's neat. She's a leader in the nation on U.S.-China women's relations. She's been to China. She invited a group of Chinese women here, and she's going back again in the fall. So she's not only concerned about her community, she's concerned about her world, and I laud her for that. I believe Jan gives 300% for Long Beach City College, and that's why she deserves the Outstanding Colleague recognition.
Thank you, Jenny. I'm overwhelmed with all this attention. And I'm a little worried too. Patty Thompson told me I'm going to be expected to do outstanding things from now on. I'm deeply honored also. Please meet my guests today. My husband, Ray Foster. My daughter, Vicki Harrison. She's from Seattle. She came yesterday and she's leaving today. Our son, Richard Foster. And his wife, Nancy. Thank you for coming. Okay. I'm always in awe of the outstanding colleagues and for all their many accomplishments. And this year, I'm still in awe. Steve, Lisa, and Priscilla and Jim. When I hear about all the things that you do, I wonder, how do they do all those things? And I am proud to be chosen with them. It's wonderful to get recognized for something that I enjoy very much. I love my work helping reentry women at the Women's Center, and I have many people to thank for its success. Beverly O'Neill, I thank her for starting the Women's Center, and I thank her for teaching me how to program the Center for Success. And my thanks to the Women's Center staff. Would you raise your hand? These are dedicated people who care what happens to students, and together we make things happen. And it doesn't stop there. The students are served by faculty and staff at Long Beach City College who are sensitive to their needs. And they pitch in and they help us with our events and programs, and we support theirs too. Just to name a few, the Senior Center, the Career Planning Center, the Scholarship Office, Financial Aid, the Dean's Office, and there's many, many more. And I thank them. And I thank Barbara Adams, for our president, who has a deep understanding of the needs of the reentry student. And thanks to the board members. They put the welfare of the students first. Thank you. Our rewards are great. We are blessed by watching the personal growth of students. For example, one reentry student who struggled with many problems in her life, pulled herself up by the bootstraps, and she entered the chef's program. Last May, at graduation, she received her certificate, and she had 5 job offers. Another student who was living in her 3rd battered women's shelter signed up for the dietetics program. And she made herself shine. Before she even finished the program, she got a full-time job, and it was just a few weeks later she got a real nice raise. Both students did it themselves, but many of you in this room made a big impact on their lives. And I'm proud to work at Long Beach City College with you, and I'm honored to be chosen this year, and my humble thanks to the committee for choosing me.
Every morning he arrives with a smile and a happy attitude. What a way to start the day. We applaud his friendly manner and his eagerness to begin work in our busy office. There is always something happening. New forms to sign, new program information to give out, budgeting, meetings, appointments with new students who need retraining and hope for the future. He gives of his time to help find those positive solutions to any problems. And when he thinks things aren't going quite right, you know, I hear him talking, I think it's to himself or to some magical creature that's in the office, because I hear him say, "Oh, Puff." And, you know, I think that must be Puff the Magic Dragon. Dr. Jim's background is so incredible, beginning with the Peace Corps, living in Southeast Asia, having traveled extensively, worked with the refugees and the immigrants. He enjoys working with the multi-ethnic, pluralistic population that comes from the GAIN program and the RAP programs, as well as the college staff. He learned early in his life that people are people around the world. He has taught many that diversity is the way of the future. I have the honor to give you the GAIN director, the GAIN master, the RAP director, and the ETP coordinator, Dr. Jim Richards.
Before I forget, I want to introduce my guests. My wife Janet, my son Tom, my daughter Karen, and my mother-in-law Jean Davis. Thank you for coming. When I was thinking about what to say today, I sort of asked myself a question: what makes an outstanding colleague? And you know, there's hard work and dedication. I think I do some of that, but what really we heard from Steve and from Jan is you love going to work. I mean, I love going to work. Every day is a different thing. I enjoy it. It's a joy to go to work. And the reason I really enjoy it is because of the staff we have and the different programs. And you know, many people know me because I'm in charge of all the initials, but behind those initials there are really students. And for example, the refugee program, we have Amerasian children who come to the United States, and you know, there's a lot of misery and things in their life. And we have the GAIN program, all those people on welfare. And contrary to belief, they don't want to be on welfare. I mean, they really want to get off. There's misery there, we have a lot. And ETP, Employment Training Panel, and California Training Benefits, and the TRA, which is Trade Readjustment Act. These are people laid off. They're looking for a new career, looking to get back into the job market. And these are the people we deal with daily. And I think if it was a different staff, you could get rather depressed. You could get frustrated. You know, it could bring you down. And how we deal with it in our office is with humor. But we have to. I mean, it's the only relief we get. So, I mean, we have a good time. We're laughing all the time. You know, we deal with the students and then we go on. I mean, you have to do this in our business. It would be too frustrating, I tell you. I mean, the student that didn't come one day because her son was shot the night before. And she said, I couldn't make classes this morning. And, you know, you feel that, how can you deal with things like that? And, you know, we're a very caring office, all the different offices, and we just, you know, we're great staff, and I thank my staff. That's the reason I'm here today. Thank you very much.
How's everybody doing today? Good. I'm used to positioning this microphone for an instrument, so if I don't do that, I'm not comfortable. When I was asked to have the honor of presenting the next outstanding colleague, I said to myself, actually I said to my wife, I wonder why they're asking me to do this. There's somebody that can do a much better job. And then I was told by members of the faculty that we wanted to pick the person that had been helped the most by our outstanding colleague. Beyond students, that is. And I would truly have to say that because to introduce this person, you know, there are not a lot of people you can just, that have one name recognitions. We've got Madonna, we've got OJ, we've got Priscilla. We all know Priscilla. We know her for her hard work, first of all. Her tireless, as the notes say, tireless efforts. I wrote out this big long thing that I was going to say, and I left my notes. So I'm not going to read that. What I'm going to tell you is the first time I met Priscilla. I came in for an interview in 1978. I was introduced to Priscilla by the late Dr. Gerald Daniels, who was looking for a job. And he said, well, call this lady, and she might be able to help you. She may be in need of someone to do what you do. I left that meeting and I remember the first thing I said to my wife about Priscilla, and it was, she's crazy. And I didn't know her then, but now that I know her, she's crazy. A good crazy, though, a good crazy. Priscilla works harder than anybody I know. It's the only person I know that would have a serious accident, and that afternoon had a faculty meeting. At her hospital bed. It was almost like a hotel. We spent so much time there. Priscilla is our friend, and a friend of many, many students. You can take roll, talk to any students in music, radio, television. Many of the faculty, we've all learned from her. We have an outstanding department because of her, and she keeps us all on the straight and narrow. Before I introduce Priscilla to you, there's a special treat that we're going to have. I don't know if she knows about this or not, but arts people get real sentimental on you, you know, and we'll cry in a minute. So we're going to turn it over to my trusty, dusty colleagues. Special presentation.
We being musicians, it's the best way to express ourselves through music. We've been rehearsing for minutes. And several. Now, this is Roger Johnson. Roger didn't make the rehearsals, so you can't hold him responsible for it. I guess everybody knows everybody. There's so many people that work here. We've all been here forever, and we see faces we don't necessarily know here. Roger Johnson is our director of orchestras and music lecturer. Tom Dustman is the head of our choral, local jazz, and commercial voice department. Lana Simone is director of our traditional choirs, and I am Gary Scott, and I'm the director of bands. So we have 2 orchestra guys and 2 vocal guys, and those of you that know the tune Satin Doll, this is set to the music of Satin Doll because Priscilla's kind of our Satin Doll. So Mr. Kevin Carney accompanying us on keyboard over there, and listen carefully, we'll do our best to enunciate. Priscilla Romero, she wakes us, we're never on time, but she digs us, speaks Latin, our satin doll, and Italian, French, and German, and a whole bunch of others.
Get out of the way. 7 a.m. meetings, she's scrapping, teaching her voice class at the time. She's happy, she's happening, our satin doll. Everybody.
Hobbling around on her 6 hasn't slowed her a hitch. She's still a chair and she really don't care if we bitch. It's tradition, building construction. She's tripping, they cut the wrong cable. She's flipping, she's pushing, she'll see it through. Student road numbers, she knows them. Over to Ratana, she throws them. That's the only reason we got jobs at all. 25 years worth of blood, sweat, and tears, and a lot of happiness too. Nobody else could have made it this great except for you. You're a genius, our congratulations. You earned it, our way to say thank you. You learned it, and now we're here to say to you.
Big finish.
Priscilla Romero, let's go. You're a go-getter.
You're true to the letter. Those others all rhymes.
There ain't nobody better. Priscilla, we love you.
Oh, wow. To colleagues and to guests. I have been fortunate to have had the opportunity to follow my dream of becoming a teacher far beyond what I originally had envisioned. My life has been enriched by the various mentors, students, and wonderful staff personnel whose lives have touched mine as we work together to support our students' needs within our college family. The strength of purpose given to me by Kim Batterkin, the dedication to students and honesty of a John Philpott, the guidance of a Dick Carroll and a Stan Francis, and so many others, and those that are retired now. The heights and lows of this last year have given me time to pause, to think and be thankful for a department staff of creative geniuses who accept, as I do, that you must have a vision, be demanding of yourself as well as your students, and finally, that it can be done and it must be done for our students, our reason for being here. I must say, through all the turmoil of this last year, my thanks go to Atana Tim, the catalyst who has helped me with the departure. I fell in August, and I can still remember Paul Kirk standing over me saying, "Which hospital do you want to go to?" Then the dedication came, and the determination of Virginia Baxter that it would be successful, and the wonderful guidance of Barbara Adams to make sure that it was something special. The second surgery, and then my becoming a grandmother for the first time, about time, you know. And then, from you, my colleagues, I have grown as an educator, and I have thoroughly enjoyed serving on committees with you, especially the curriculum committee. To me, the heart of what we are about, what we teach. Thanks to three persons who have really helped me on the subcommittee: Steve Wallach, Marilyn Balint, and especially to my friend and mentor, Mary Williams. Finally, I sincerely say thanks to my family, who respected my wishes and allowed me to respond to the demands of my chosen profession. To my dad, Susie Webb. He taught me to respond, to respect, and to be responsible for my actions. To my patient husband and friend, and I hope golf can hang when I can play again. Daddy. To my pride and joy, my son Robert. Beautiful wife Cecilia. And of course you already saw my 5-week-old grandson, Danny. Thank you for giving me this honor.
This is a wonderful day, and I want to extend my congratulations to everyone on the platform, but to everyone in the audience. Long Beach City College is a special college. It's a college that is an extended family for a lot of us, and I think the entertainers are, what are the entertainers? I don't get that in. The person I have the pleasure to introduce is someone that I'm very proud to have an association with, is an outstanding leader. And if I was talking about a leader 25 years ago, I'd probably be talking more than likely about a man, a big man, or an old man. In the last few years, though, I probably would have been talking about a woman, a tall woman. Our Mayor Beverly O'Neill, who was in the back and was also a former colleague of the year, or Barbara Adams. But the person I'm introducing is not tall, and she is a lovely woman. I'd like to tell you a little bit about her hobbies. She enjoys a couple of things that used to be called, you have fishermen, now it's a fisher person. And fishing is a delusion entirely surrounded by liars in old clothes, but you will find that for her always decked out, and she's not a liar. She really has pictures of large fish that are much taller than she is. Golfing, she doesn't use her foot on the green to kick the ball. She counts all the strokes, and she's much better than I am, so she's a fine golfer. But people who are passionate and involved with what they do it well. And this person is passionate in her approach to everything at this college. And I would say probably with everything in her life. Leaders never lose their focus. They keep their eyes on the big picture. It's often easy to get mired into a small problem, but lose a focus of what your purpose is at this college. Shakespeare in Macbeth said that good counselors lack no clients. If you walk by this person's office, you'll always see someone in the office. It could be a student, it could be an employee, it could be a friend, it could be someone that just happened to walk by who needed assistance and she asked them to come in to give her the assistance. I applaud you today for honoring people. All too often we go through life without applauding. Applause of a single human being is of great consequence. It reinforces to them, and I think to all of us, the importance of of saying that you've done a good job. And I think all of us get up each morning to do a good job. And I think a day like this is saying something special to special people. Growing up, my favorite little book was I Think I Can, the little engine chugging up the train tracks. Today, I just want to conclude by something that I feel represents the person I'm introducing. And it's a John Wellesley rule, and it says, do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. And I know this is the person, this represents your colleague of the year, Lisa Sugimoto.
Thank you, folks, very much. President Adams, Board President Millington, Renewal Group Committee members, outstanding colleagues, Selection Committee, my mom and dad, friends and colleagues, I continue to be overwhelmed and stunned by the recognition of the outstanding colleague. When Mickey Moser, Yolanda Fernandez, and Dolores Franco all came from the admissions office down the hall to tell me the news, my first reaction was, oh God, what did I do wrong this time? I thought I could apologize and beg for forgiveness. And then Mickey joyfully explained to me that I was chosen as one of the outstanding colleagues. Some of you know I began my community college career 19 years ago when I was hired as a classified staff member at Pasadena City College. Now I look back at that most fortuitous event, and I can't believe I stand before all of you to receive this honor. I know I only have a few minutes to say something profound and enlightening, so I thought a rhyme would be good to tell all my colleagues that you should have bestowed this honor on another at LBCC, far more deserving than little old me. You've made an incredible mistake, I'm afraid. Those with whom I work should receive this accolade. For it is their support that makes me shine. Therefore, this award is theirs, not mine. I thank my parents to whom I owe the most. Because of you, I'm receiving this roast. At times I know I was as much as you could bear, but you continue to provide love, guidance, and care. You survived all of my developmental phases, and so I am here, and these really are your praises. Dad, thank you for your fatherly counsel and advice, even when you had to tell me more than twice. You said learn because knowledge is the key, because that was the one thing no one could take away from me. And even as you tried to improve my golf score, I guess the cry I learned best was that of 4. Mom, thank you for your action and words as consistent as they have been, to respect and cherish a life and treat each as a friend. But there was my brother, and back then, a life form he could not have been. Brother Nate and I seemed to always be in the midst of a sibling war. Remember that time when we knocked that water bottle to the floor? You were calm and patient every time, though killing us must have crossed your mind. After my car accident, when I thought I was dead, the best medicine I received was you at my bed. Doug, my dear husband who couldn't be here, you are my lifelong friend, my love and my cheer. To my non-natives, basic facts of my life you gave. For to tell them much else, you would have to be outrageously brave. Many thanks to El Swanger, my boss and VP, who has been supportive and trusting of all my activities. And thanks to Barbara Adams for UC, she's given me many an opportunity. Now the list of those I thank with all my heart, for it is their dedication to students which is truly an art. Listen carefully, because I will read the names quite fast, all those who are the Counseling Student Support Services staff. Jen, Carol, Diana, Mark, Deborah, Mary, Phyllis, Gloria, Mary Lou, Case, Richard, Perry, and Jerry. Dorothy, Lori, Elizabeth, Francis, Brenda, Ann, Gray, Kenneth, Dexter, Judy, Kate, Christina, Billy, and Meg. Donna, Rose, Maria, Dion, Jennifer, and Ann. Margarita, Vivian, Vinny, Mark, Cindy, and Dan. Kathy, Sandy, Ruth, Jenny, Lorraine, Olivia, Cece, and Pat, who in my scorebook are all 1,000 at bat. Bopen, Andrea, Marilyn, Charlie, Ruth, and Tracy. Gosh, at this point I wish there was somebody named Stacy. Finally, Bob, Bill, Beatrice, Darlene, Sophia, Leslie, and Sally.
tally are those in the division that I thank who complete this tally. If by some chance I have forgotten your name, please forgive me, for it wasn't done in vain. Corrine, my support, and my friend, I give you all a Dave Letterman. My interpretation of the top 10, reasons why I don't deserve this recognition. Number 10, my cats would not have nominated me. Number 9, I have spread the dreaded Lisa virus far and wide, and there was no one left healthy to nominate me. Number 8, my office looks like it's been ransacked. Number 7, I am giving Corrine gray hairs. Number 6, I didn't have the right outfit for this event. Number 5, I didn't have the right accessories for this outfit. Number 4, I'm not worthy. Number 3, others with whom I work are more deserving. Number 2, I'm an administrator and I'm expected to do all the things you claim I have done. And the number 1 reason why I don't deserve this recognition, I love what I do and you're not supposed to give awards for that. All of you, my colleagues, I am proud to say, you are the absolute best, and on this day, I thank you humbly for this most distinguished tribute, for it is all of you who have earned this honor and salute. Thank you very much.
One of the co-chairs of the Renewal Committee, and recognize that Beverly O'Neill, our Mayor of Long Beach, has attended. Thank you, Beverly.
Before we close, I'd like to thank the contributors of this event, the foundation, the Community College Association, the Administrators Association, the Faculty Staff Association, the Helm Association, and California School Employees Association, and especially to the Lakewood Florists for the arrangements. And now you can, before we finish, everyone is invited to join Renewal, and if you read your comm line, you'll know when our next meeting is. Thank you.